In today's video, I am going to teach you how to round up numbers in Excel. To get started, open Excel and look at a blank worksheet. You will be setting up a small example table, so it is clear to see how different rounding options behave. First, type raw number in cell A1. This label tells you that the values in that column are the original numbers before any rounding is applied. Next, you are going to create headings for 3 different rounding styles. In cell B1, type standard round. This will be used for Excel's normal rounding behavior, where values are rounded to the nearest option. Then, in cell C1, type roundup. In cell D1, type round down. These labels are helpful because you can visually compare how each function changes the same starting number. Now that the headers are in place, you can add the example values. Fill rows A2 through A5 with numbers like 12.345, 56.789, 4.152, and 8.999. As you enter these, notice that they include decimal places. That is exactly what you need for rounding, because Excel has to decide whether to keep, increase, or decrease the decimal digits. Once your raw numbers are entered, you can start applying formulas. This is where the rounding happens. In cell B2, type the code =round A22. After you finish typing it, make sure you place it exactly in cell B2, because the formula is designed to round the value found in cell A2. The number 2 at the end tells Excel how many decimal places to keep. With standard rounding, Excel looks at the next digit and rounds to the nearest decimal place. With standard rounding set up, you will now move to the specific behavior of rounding up. In cell C2, type the code =roundup A22. Again, this is rounding the value in A2, but this function always rounds away from 0. In practical terms, it means if there is any extra decimal beyond the 2 decimals you are keeping, Excel will increase the number at the 2 decimal place. Now, you will complete the comparison by rounding down. In cell D2, type the code =ROE down A22. Like the others, this targets the value in A2 and keeps 2 decimal places. The key difference is that this function always rounds towards 0. So if there are extra digits beyond the 2 decimals, Excel will not increase the 2 decimal digit. At this point, you have entered formulas for the first raw number and you are ready to see the results. Press Enter on your keyboard to instantly see the calculated rounding effects. You should notice that the value in B2 is rounded normally, the value in C2 is rounded up, and the value in D2 is rounded down, all to 2 decimal places. After you confirm the first row is working correctly, you can continue for the remaining example values by applying the same idea down the rest of the rows. The goal is to compare how the exact same starting numbers behave under each rounding method. This makes it easy to understand the difference between standard rounding, always rounding up, and always rounding down. That covers everything you need to know. And that is all there is to it.